This is Relationship Hub. Divorce rates are going high. And today we want to talk about what is the cause of divorce in our societies today. What do you say about emotional baggages from the past between the two couples that has not really been properly settled? Things that has happened in the marriage and maybe one person thinks it's over and the other person is still holding on.
Are we talking to Christians or Christian marriages or generally?
Well, we're talking generally to people because marriages are breaking. Christian marriages and non-Christian marriages, unfortunately, seem to have the same percentage of divorce, which is about 40 to 50%.
Right.
So there are certain principles, I believe, that it doesn't matter who you are or where you're from. If you're able to meet these set principles, just like the golden rule doesn't apply to just Christians, because Jesus talked about it applies. If we apply that golden rule in Iraq, in any part of the world, it works.
Okay.
So, yeah.
I think for me, I feel that there are so many things that leads to that. When issues happen and the other one person just decide to keep mute or just let go or saying, okay, just for peace to reign, just kick it under the rug, or maybe the other person did not know the magnitude of what the impact that it have on the other person, and maybe they did not create opportunity to talk about it. That could really linger on, and it can cause divorce. It can lead to divorce at the end of the day, because sometimes when you bottle a lot of issues that are unresolved issues, you keep sweeping them under the carpet, like they will say, keep sweeping them under the carpet without complete resolution to every issues that come by. At the end of the day, it comes to a point where the other person can't take some things anymore, and because of all the things that have happened, one day it will just burst out and it will come like a volcano or hurricane that can just overwhelm the party involved. And at the end of the day, you see what they would have resolved by handling issues thoroughly that have not been resolved has accumulated and have led to something that is beyond their controls.
So my thoughts on this, so there are two things that I think. I feel like sometimes if there's emotional situation going on, it doesn't matter what kind of, emotional thing that has been going on in the marriage. I feel one of the ways, I think what makes it linger on is maybe one party is not given the opportunity to properly express themselves and air out exactly how they feel without feeling like the other person is feeling condemned or feeling judged or feeling that they're pouncing on them. And I also feel like on the other hand, the person who may have caused the emotional trauma maybe has given them the opportunity to air out, has apologized, has done everything that needs to be done, but the other person on the receiving end is not just ready to finish airing out everything. So maybe they say a little thing today and then they hold on to the rest, and then this other person thinks, okay, everything is going okay, but then something else comes up and then you bring out something else and you're like, when did this happen? Didn't we talk about this before? So I think it's a two-way street where what the person that has done the damage, number one, has to give the offended the ability to express themselves, and the other person who has been hurt has to just totally release, air out your stuff and let go. And the second thing I think will help people talk about their issues, emotional issues, is therapy. And I think that's one thing that is really, really underused.
Yeah, therapy. I think therapy is good. But I also feel that before we even get to therapy, there should be there should be like an atmosphere where everyone, create an atmosphere where your spouse is free enough to tell you how he or she feels. If you, as a man, create an atmosphere or an environment in the house that your wife will be able to air herself freely without thinking or without feeling
like
restricted, yes, loaded. The same thing with the woman. Sometimes this idea of some things that have been created outside, or that should not be involved in the house. Like there are some things you don't tell a woman. There are some things you don't say to your husband, right?
I feel if you say it respectfully.
Yes, if
and
you
in
say
love,
it respectfully and
should
in
be able
love, you
to-
should be able. So what I'm trying to say is that your home should be an environment where communication, we can talk to each other freely without restrictions, without trying to garnish or trying to do some stuff, so that when one of the a partner in the relationship is offended, it can air out a grievance
Him or
or
herself.
freely without restrictions. I think that will help. That will cut off 90% of even going to therapy sometimes. In as much, I'm not against therapy. It's very good for couples to go for
Yeah, because
therapies
sometimes the two of them
if
don't
it's
know
necessary.
how to.
But so, because when you go to therapy, what they are asking you
You may be
is,
forced to listen.
yeah,
So I think therapy is good because sometimes we're so busy with life, busy with work. Oh, I'm tired. Let's talk about it tomorrow. But if they go to therapy, they may be forced to actually listen to what the other person is saying, and the other person may now be able to freely say what they want to say.
okay, if the atmosphere is created in the house to freely say what you want to say, that's what I'm saying. First of all, therapy should be secondary, or that's what I'm
Okay.
saying. I'm not
It
against.
shouldn't be the first.
I'm not against therapy. What I'm saying is, when an atmosphere where is created in the house, where we can talk to ourselves freely, we can tell each other how we feel and things like that. The issues that we are dealing with may not escalate to the point of going for therapy.
True.
All right. So that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, relationship, emotional baggages, things that has been done in the past that you've not been able to let go. That's also one of the biggest reasons for divorces. Well, I feel stress can lead to divorce, because sometimes when people are stressed with work, stressed with every other thing that is in between, sometimes it could even be stress of ministry. It could be anything that they don't even have the strength to confront or to face the main thing at home, that they just give up and then they just don't care anymore because of overburdened with many other external factors. So, excuse me, sometimes it could even be internal factors that they're not handling well. And then when the battle, that is the real fight that you're supposed to fight for your marriage comes, because you're so stressed out from everything else, you don't even have the energy to put in to make it work. You just step out and you feel like you need to breathe. You just need to get away from this. You can't handle the stress. Meanwhile, it's a stress that can be handled. What causes external stresses sometimes? Some people don't know how to pick their battles.
Right.
They're doing everything, fighting every fight, answering everybody, being involved in everything. And then when they get home to fight the fight of faith and love, they don't have the strength.
Yeah. So life itself is tough already, and everybody, 90% of everyone faces stress one way or another, either job stress, financial stress, or stress from what people are hoping you should, or you are hearing, or you are seeing from outside, and sometimes it starts
parental stress. There's stress everywhere.
So they just try to derive a mechanism to ease up stress.
So what can they do to distress themselves together?
Try to do what you can do at every given time without allowing pressure overwhelm you. As couples, like even simple text message sometimes, even when you are at work, just honey, how you doing? I hope you are doing great. Or just a call, how's work going? So things like that can ease up. And maybe sometime at that moment you call, she's looking for opportunity to just express or pour out her heart or what she just went through. That's different ways of easing up stress. Being available.
I feel one thing that most people don't have the time to do because of work schedules and everything in between. It's like going out together. As a family,
going out together,
on family dates. These things are very underrated. We only do it for birthdays, anniversaries, special events. But we can just set a time for your family where you go out with the whole family. You just have fun. You play. Even sometimes may not necessarily be going out. It can just be a game night at home. Where you all just sit down, make jokes, play at home,
and even watch TV together.
You know those kind of those
even
things.
If she like watching something you don't like watching forensic or killing people, where they kill people and you don't like it, just bear it sometimes.
It's investigation. It's in real life investigation.
That's what I'm saying. Just relax sometimes, just bear with them and watch And the day you want to watch your news or watch your news, and even if she doesn't like it, she just stay there. It's just a matter of spending the time together. It's not really the TV or what you are watching that matters. It's the time you're spending.
They really
together.
help you distress. Just the just
Even
laughing.
if you are not even feeling it, just rest on him or rest on her and doze off possibly. But at least that moment is like you are bonding. It's a moment of bonding.
Share popcorn together. Even though they will not let you eat the popcorn, they'll be
So
they'll be holding
those are ways of easing up stress and things like that.
Another reason I think most people get divorced more is this contract mentality. Most people go into marriage with a contract mindset as opposed to a covenant mindset. If you understand what a covenant is, when a covenant is joined together, it is joined together by blood. And when a covenant breaks, it only breaks by death. When people are making their marital vows, they just say it without really understanding, but in their minds, they enter the marriage with all the windows open, all the doors open, all the options open, the prenups just in case, the old ex, we keep checking on them to be sure they are not married just in case. There's just too many options. And so therefore, that need for commitment, die-hard commitment is not there. Mm-hmm. The contract is very surface level, but a covenant it's a deeper, more spiritual level. That's why if you're making your marriage vow, it says till death do us part. Death don't do you part in a contract, but death does you part in covenant. So most people enter marriage just as a contract, as a business deal. If you mess up, I move. No time for patience, no time for long suffering, no time for forbearance. They don't have time for nothing. They just want to move to the next contract. And I feel that's what's happening in our world today.
Yeah, there's, people that whenever you have a plan B, the tendency that it must be used, the plan B will come to future, and sometimes it's there. Mm-hmm. So when we get into marriage, let's go into marriage with the mindset that it will work. Not if it doesn't work, I will do
here.
this.
This one we die here. Yeah. We live here, we die here.
It's not when we okay. Let me have this as a backup in case it doesn't work. I will go to plan B. Whenever you make provision for plan B, the tendency that it must be used or 100% or 90% is there.
Yep.
Yeah, so to use it. So let's go to, I think if we get into marriage like with the mindset that this is it for me, it will work. We will figure it out. We will dog it out anyway, right? It helps us to be able to endure. It activates something inside of us that some things that people will quit on. We will not quit on them. Because our mind is toughened already because everything, and I was talking to them in church the other time, I was talking about transformation of the mind. When the mind is transformed, when the mind is fixed up to say, this is our destination, it's me, both of us, for the rest of our lives. Everything that comes in, we will figure it out one way or another. But when you have plan B, the ability to endure.
Plan A will always fail when there's a plan B.
Yes, plan A will always fail when there's a plan B. Marriage is not always going to be that butter sugar things that we see, that we hear of, that we watch on television, or that a novel that we read, or a book that we saw how it ended, just beautiful. They wake up in the morning, they bring coffee in bed and things like that. There are times you wake up, the person will even bring the coffee. You are not in the mood to drink that coffee. You don't have any appetite to even see the person or drink anything from the person. Yeah. But what will keep you is the commitment that you make. So if we have this understanding, it will help marriages a lot.
That's been all for us today from the Relationship Hub. And we will see you next time. Please do subscribe to our channel, like, comment, and share this to someone you know, someone you love, whether they are married or single. This is a Relationship Hub for singles and for married. Yeah. Thank you so much, and we will see you next time.
All right. Thank you, girl. Girl, I'm here, girl.
The headache of doing this, the headache. But anyways, I need to get my excited zone. I'm already having a headache and you've been stressing me out. But it's okay.
That's one of the reasons why marriages are breaking.
Stress.
When
Anyways,
the wife think he's being stressed. Have we started?
the recording is on.
Oh, okay.
All right, everybody. Welcome to Relationship Hub with Dr. Temi and Emma Smart.
Hey.
You will just say hello, everybody. That's it.
Okay, I want to. Hey. Okay.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to. Let's make it exciting. Hello, everybody. So cliche and too outdated.